Welcome to Honduras This Week Online News Videocast for Monday, April 14th, 2008. This videocast is brought to you by Minister Suites. Sweet Dreams. Multifaceted RECO overhaul underway. Honduran-produced goes one-on-one with the new majority stockholder of Roatan Energy Company, Kelsey Warren, who tells all about the power plant and how it will accommodate Roatan's anticipated growth. Read the full interview by Honduran-produced in the national section. Hoy no circula, forward or rewind. Honestly, we are deeply saddened and disappointed that our Honduran Supreme Court of Justice has chosen to essentially block and reject President Zelaya's Hoy no circula initiative. Certainly, we all understand our situation here in Honduras. We must immediately and drastically lower our dependence upon fuel importation. Read this week's opinion article in the opinion and editorial section. UNAH, University in Transition. Cleaning and health problems. Fights between the Transition Board and teachers. Fights between teachers and the University Union. Academic problems. These are just some of the many conflicts that are affecting the life of the Honduras National Autonomous University, UNAH. Read more in the opinion and editorial section. Bill Gates attends Inter-American Development Bank meeting. The 49th annual meeting of the Inter-American Development Bank took place in Miami, Florida, to address poverty in the Americas. Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft and now an international philanthropist, was in attendance. The not-so-common mixture of technology and philanthropy seems to be a new way of helping to alleviate the poverty and to encourage the economy's growth of Latin American region nations, and the region is going to occupy a prominent place at worldwide level in the years to come, said Gates to business leaders at the beginning of the annual meeting. Álvaro Morales Molina tells the whole story in the Central America section. Honduran-produced film has world premiere in Tegucigalpa. On Monday, April 7th, the world premiere of the feature film The Second Coming took place in Tegucigalpa. It is the first major project of Dacaman Productions, a Honduran film company based in Florida. At a press conference, it was described as a suspense movie, written and directed by Jose Casella. Helen Locke tells us more details in the national section. Copan's new airport project likely to attract many more tourists. In recent years, Copan has been Honduras' main tourist attraction, despite the fact that many may consider its location inconvenient. The long bus rides can be enough to put off many tourists. However, with plans for a new airport in the area of Copan well underway, this could put an end to the dilemma, how do I get to Copan? Read the full article by Callum Oliver Rees in the Travel and Tourism section. Honduras Institute of Tourism receives Media Coverage Award. The Honduras Institute of Tourism was recently recognized in the United States with a Silver Adrian Award for its public relations campaign to reintroduce the country into the U.S. market, where awareness of Honduras as a travel destination has been historically very low. The immense success of the campaign is evident in the resulting media coverage, as well as in the increase in tourist arrivals and calls to the tourism office in Miami. The IHT was nominated on behalf of the efforts of their U.S. Public Relations Agency, Y Partnership, headquartered in Orlando, Florida. The campaign was honored as a leader in the tourism industry with breakthrough strategies and practices. Read the full article by Carla Calidonio in the national section. Ojojona, destination of hidden traditions. Its pleasant climate, varied handicrafts, tasteful dishes, and the kindness of its people are all part of the allure of Ojojona, a town that still prides itself in conserving and celebrating colonial architecture. Another advantage, this colorful little village is only 32 kilometers south of Tegucigalpa, the capital city of Honduras, which makes it an easy day trip from Tegucigalpa. Read the Honduras Institute of Tourism special on Ojojona in the Travel and Tourism section. No Country for Old Men. Did it deserve the Oscar? When The Departed won last year's Oscar for Best Picture, some thought it might have been a fluke that an overtly violent movie could garner filmdom's top honor. This year's winner, No Country for Old Men, may have proven that it was, in fact, not a fluke. No Country is equally as violent, if not more, but both have a compelling story underneath it that secured their places in film history and seemingly made them deserving of their Oscars. Read Todd Ellerson's complete movie review in the cultural section. In this week's Week in Review, UNAH reopens for classes on April 10th. Unsanitary conditions at the university seem to be over. On April 9, authorities from the Secretary of Health authorized the reopening of the university after being closed for 7 days because of the risk of contamination from waste in university bathrooms. Also in this Week in Review, 101 new line open for caller identification. Measures are being taken to protect the population from being intimidated by threats of kidnappings. Authorities of different institutions alerted on the presence of organized gangs dedicated to extorting the population through using the telephone. They select numbers and call to get information on your family from the person that answers the phone. Honduran Supreme Court of Justice suspends Hoy No Circula. With a vote of 9-6, the Supreme Court ordered Honduran President Manuel Zelaya and the Chief of Transit Police to immediately suspend and dismiss all of the Hoy No Circula measures. The controversial fuel and energy saving plan was in effect for 3 days before it was discontinued. This has been your online weekly update for Honduras. I'm Nicole Marder for Honduras This Week Online. Have a great day and see you next week.